Hey guys, this is Nathan and welcome back to TechNodeFirmaCraft. So I've been doing a lot of work between episodes and I managed to find something that was kind of interesting, and that is these balloons from Immersive Engineering. Now these things are a light source, they are totally renewable, and I've been kind of placing them all over the place here. Now there's a couple of things about these balloons. One of them that is very important to note is that they don't give off as much light as a jack-o'-lantern or a regular torch. If we press F3 here next to this guy, we can see our block light right next to the jack-o'-lantern is 13. And if we go over by one of these and stand on top of it, our block light is only 11. So they are slightly dimmer than a jack-o'-lantern, and I think these jack-o'-lanterns are actually one dimmer than a torch. It's kind of tough to test that when it's raining. But to make these, this is the recipe. First you need to make the tough fabric from Immersive Engineering, and then you get 3 tough fabric, a torch, and a treated wood slab, and it will make the balloon. Now there's a few things about the balloons in their placement that I find really interesting. So we can place them down just like normal, but if we look out in the open in front of us, generally if you would right click to try to place something in this situation, nothing happens. But instead with a balloon, it pops up right in front of us. So it does not require a block to be placed, and if we look straight up, it will appear above us. So these are really nice for mining. I have already used them a little bit in a mining tunnel that I had, support beams in. And so they work beautifully for that. If we put these up on the ceiling of the tunnel, in between every support pillar, it is totally non-spawnable. That's great. Now another thing about these balloons is zombies do not break them. So unlike the jack-o'-lanterns, which zombies are always breaking, these balloons, they kind of ignore them, which is perfect. Now the balloons that I have out here are not to stop mob spawns, it's just to kind of reduce it and allow me to see what I'm doing during the nighttime out here. So to be able to make these balloons, I have also set up the industrial hemp again, but we also need the hemp seeds for our biodiesel production. Now I have planted a lot of sugarcane along this path here, and so every time that I go out along that path, I harvest the sugarcane, and I've been getting several stacks at each pass recently. And because of that, we actually have a huge amount of reeds here in the fermenter. We have this full of ethanol. No, I did not want to place you down. This is full of ethanol. We've got a lot of plant oil in here. We're full of biodiesel. And that has come in really handy in using the mining drill because, yeah, we have fuel. Now, as far as the mining drill is concerned, I've been able to do a lot of mining because of it. So you can see we have a huge amount of wrought iron ingots set up here. We have about 2.5 stacks. We have almost a full stack of steel, and we've got a few other things here. And yeah, I have been mining iron and processing it, and we still have 14, almost 15 stacks of hematite piles. So that is really nice. We've been getting lots and lots of resources, and we'll be able to utilize those for the basic tech stuff that we need to do. Now, this is another thing, speaking of the ore processing, we completely ran through that bin of gravel. It is completely gone. And you can see we have 1,672 flint left, so that means that I have used, well, about 3,500 flint in my ore processing already, because we had almost 1,000 when I started, and we've made 4,096 more. Well, maybe even more than that, because I think we had some more flint or more gravel that I put through this system. But yeah, we are going to have to gather up some more gravel, and that is actually kind of moving into what we're going to be doing today. So over here I have a lot of stuff that needs to be moved. We have a lot of tech that needs to be put into buildings, things like that. And so I'm ready to start making some buildings for that. So I have here some shale mud bricks. Now, these shale mud bricks, oh wow, I didn't remember that breaking those that fast, but I'm not going to complain. But we have the shale mud bricks. Of course, these are made with either dirt or sand of the type that we want to make them. And we have no shale. But these make a very nice dark brick, and I don't remember. Okay, yes. Okay, that is just and I missed one. Gotta go out there and get that one. I had 2 full stacks. Somewhere I left one behind. But I really think these bricks look nice, and so we're going to be using them for our building that has like our forge and the blast furnace, and I'm not sure what else we're going to put in there. The coke oven is going into a different building, but so for sure we're going to have the forge and the blast furnace and maybe a couple other things in it. But the problem is I don't have nearly enough of these shale mud bricks, and I'm going to have to go out and do some mining. So the shale is up here in this area. So I think what I'm going to do, I have a rich osmium deposit up here. I'm probably going to go up here, get tons of dirt, sand, gravel, and then mine some osmium for a little bit, because we are going to need a lot of osmium for mechanism, and we really don't have a lot to speak of. I think we have just under 2 stacks. No, we only have 1 stack of ore piles left, and then a whole bunch of nuggets. Ooh. So this will give me 48 more ingots. We have 9 here, so not even a stack. So yeah, I will need to go and do some osmium mining, get that shale stuff, and then I'll be back. So a couple of things that I found out. First off, these balloons. Yeah. When blocks or water fall on them, it will crash your game, which kind of sucks. And I'm not sure if that's going to be the effect here when it rains. I hope not. But I've been dealing with a lot of game crashes because I was up here in the this area trying to collect some sand and gravel, and anytime that I would accidentally break the wall that is holding back the ocean, yeah, game crash. And then when I would try to repair it, the game would crash again. So it was a total pain. I think I restarted the game a good 20 times during that. So yeah, that kind of sucks. So they're good. They're not great. Definitely could do better with that. Now, another thing, I have been thinking about the mining drill, and we need to increase its speed. So to do that, we need to make this advanced lubrication system. Now, for that, we need some iron mechanical components, and then we need to put that with some wrought iron ingots and some bottles of plant oil. That's going to make this. Now, this will speed up the drill, which will come in really handy. So all that we need to do is put the drill here into the engineer's table, and then we can add the advanced lubrication system. Now, as far as I know, you can only add 1 of those. And you know, as long as I'm thinking about it, we have a couple of these shaders. Let's go ahead and grab these shader grab bags out of here. Sunstrike, okay. And Chloris, I don't know. So let's see what the... Ooh. That is kind of an interesting color scheme. So let's see what the other one looks like. It's orange. I don't know if I like that. Now, I would much more prefer the black and green one. I think that looks a lot nicer. Well, I guess we'll use it for now. Don't know. It's kind of a weird one. I don't know. But, yeah, I have gathered up a little bit of sand, some dirt. I brought back a little bit of gravel too. Now, unfortunately, my drill head on the mining drill broke on me while I was up there, and I realized that my engineer's workbench was back here sitting in this chest. So that did not do me any good. I was only able to use my shovel to pick up sand and gravel and dirt. So I didn't get any of the osmium. So I will be having to head back up there again soon. But now, I think I might have to... we might have enough clay. But I'm going to need to make up all of those mud bricks, get those laid out here to dry. And then we'll come back and start building with those mud bricks. Well, I realized that I'm not quite ready to start building yet because the log that I want to use in this build is this guy here, the Douglas fir. Now, it's a very nice dark looking log, and I think it matches the other very nicely. But yeah, I have a stack plus one of these guys. So I need to head up to the area where I found all of the cassiterite. And just a little bit off to the side of that, over here, I believe, is where I can get, yes, the Douglas fir are over here. So I need to go up there and collect up as much of it as I can. Now, I'm also going to be taking the black shears with me, which I've already tried to use on the acacia. Doesn't work. But we're going to be taking the black shears with us, and hopefully we will be able to get a few of these sequoia saplings. Now, we are going to need some of those later on in forestry for making the junglewood saplings, but also I would like to be able to grow those down here. Now, I don't know how many leaves it's going to have before I get a sapling, or if it's guaranteed sapling every time that you use it. I have no clue, so I guess we'll find that out. But I am going to be live streaming that. So, yeah, I hope to see you guys at the live stream. Of course, it's already going to be over by the time that you see this video. But, yeah, I'll see you guys after a little bit. And I forgot the other thing that I was going to do before I go live streaming. So, as you can see, I have some hematite powder here. Now, this is kind of important. Whoops, that's the wrong recipe anyway. But this is kind of important because we need to increase the ability of our mining drill to hold diesel. So if we take a look at immersive engineering, we have another upgrade for the mining drill. Now this works for the mining drill and the chemical thrower, but it increases the internal tank size. And this thing is made with red dye, cans, steel ingots, and iron mechanical component. These cans are made with tin ingots, and we get 8 of those. So I have some tin ingots here. We'll go ahead and make our cans. We need 2 of those. And then we need 2 steel ingots. So let's go ahead and grab 2 of those real quick. And wrong place. There we go. So we get the large tank, and also here I have been making rope ladders. So hopefully I have enough of those to be able to move around when we get out where we're mining. But so if we put the mining drill in here and add the large tank, now we can see we can hold 4,000 millibuckets of diesel. So we've got twice as much diesel in it now, which means we'll be able to mine for twice as long. Now there are ways that you're supposed to be able to refuel the mining drill while you are out and about. In previous versions it didn't work, and we could always make multiple mining drills, but I think having the one mining drill at full power should be good enough. So yeah, now I do believe I am ready to start live streaming, so I hope to see you guys there. And here we are back at the base, and even though it was riddled with technical issues, I would say the stream was reasonably successful. So as you can see here, I did get some sequoia saplings. Now right here I am actually testing whether a sequoia tree will grow with just one sapling or if it requires a 2x2. So yeah, we'll find out for sure if that's the case. I do have 12 more saplings in a chest over here. But another thing that you'll see is we have a huge farm of industrial hemp now. Now this was actually placed in after the live stream as I was trying to debug one of the issues that I had during the live stream that was causing the game to crash repeatedly. Now a little bit of research turned up that it was actually Optifine that was causing that problem. And so yeah, I have removed Optifine from the pack and no longer playing on a multiplayer server either. I took the map and put it into a single player map. So yeah, I'm no longer in multiplayer. But another thing here is you can see I have planted my fruit orchard. And it's quite large. So we have cherries, we have I think lemons over here. There's oranges, plums, and I thought I planted some peaches. Maybe not. Maybe I've just got plums. But we still have then peaches, apples, red apples, green apples, and bananas for sure to plant. Oh, and olives. So we still have a lot of fruit trees to plant. And yeah, I don't think fruit is going to be an issue this year. And by the way, this year, we're already towards the end of March. So not going to be long, we've got to get a garden planted. So another thing during the live stream, gathered up tons of cassiterite. So you can see we have 384 ore piles now. Not the poor ore. I think we had 192 of those before. We have 384 ore piles now, and I also just ran one pile through the purification chamber. So we actually have tons of the cassiterite or tin now. So yeah, we don't have to worry about that anymore. So what I found during the live stream, if we go up here to the area where I was searching, which I did not find any diamonds. It's very unfortunate. But we have a tunnel entrance right here. And this leads into a couple of tunnels that run parallel to each other. And this tunnel here I found nothing until I got to this point where I found some pneumatic craft oil. So we have some oil up there. I would imagine that stuff is scattered all over the world. But also we found a rich cassiterite vein here, a rich cassiterite vein here. I believe this one is a poor cassiterite vein, and then right here is our other poor cassiterite vein. So we have quite a bit of cassiterite here now. I'd love to find some diamonds though, but I did find out that diamonds only spawn in 1 in 200 chunks where they are available to spawn. So we're going to be searching for a while. But that was only part of what we were streaming for. The other part was to collect resources. We needed to get Douglas fir, and we needed to get shale rocks and polished stone and things like that. And this is why. So this is the style that I want for the blacksmith's building and the upper floor, because what I'm going to say is this is the residence of the blacksmith. The upper floor is going to be made with the mud bricks, and somewhere we are going to work in some treated wood planks or slabs or something, even if it's just the floors. I don't know, we'll figure out something. But you'll notice that the building is literally right up against the road, and that is because I'm wanting the town to kind of feel crowded and cramped in the areas that are not, you know, like owned by the government, I guess you could say. I don't know how you would put it. owned by the Lord. So the rest of people, like this blacksmith shop, would be trying to maximize their building space for their land. So they would build right out to the edge of the property, and sometimes overhang the edge of the property going over the roads. But also, you'll notice I've got some flowers and a fern here. So what I'm saying there is, of course, if this is the residence, the blacksmith has a wife, and she planted some flowers here. So, yeah, a little bit of beauty in an otherwise drab area. But we also have the fruit orchard type area right here. But I do have quite a bit to figure out on this. Now, on this area of the building, we are going to have a little bit more open courtyard, and we're going to put the forge. I was going to say the black forge. That doesn't. The forge, fairly centralized in this area. Off to this side, I'm going to put another smaller building, and we're going to put the bloomery and maybe even some other some other multi-blocks into that. And then, of course, we will need to move some of our ingot storage over here so that things look correct, having the ingots. We'll move some tool racks with some tools that I've been picking up and make it look like an actual blacksmith shop. But I do have a lot to figure out on this building, and I still need to figure out what I want to put for the floor. Obviously, it needs to be something that would be fireproof. So, yeah, it'll probably be stone, cobblestone, gravel. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Maybe even bricks. But it needs to be something that would not burn. And, yeah, I'm going to work on this for a while. Bring you guys back in when I have some results. Well, I have to say this blacksmith is really starting to look pretty cool. So originally I had planned to put a, well, call it a wing to the building over here. But when I put that in, it just did not look right. So instead I've put this wraparound shed type roof, and I like that a lot better. Whoops, off the edge we go. But I like this a lot better. I have the chimney for the forge, which I actually have two forges here now. One with the crucible, one without. And then I have the bloomery here, which granted we're not using, but I think it's nice to have it there. And so we still have one open spot there, and I don't know what I'm going to put there, if anything. But we have room for something to be here. And yeah, like I say, I don't know what I'm going to put there. Now, here in the back of the forge area, we're going to be setting up a lot of tool racks for the various things that we're going to be making. We're going to have storage for things like coal, charcoal, have piles of our ingots like we have over there currently. You know, just try to make it look like it's actually a blacksmith shop. Now, inside of here, we're going to have a small area that is going to have some stairs going into the upper floor, because as you can see from the outside, we do have a much larger upper floor than the lower floor. So we'll need to go up there and set up like some beds and things like that. Make it look like this is actually a house. But I think it's really starting to look good. If you have any ideas on what I should put back here, let me know, because I have not a clue. But to let you guys know how long I have been working on this thing, that grew. So it is confirmed we only need one sequoia sapling for the tree to grow. So that is really nice. Now I need to make some black steel shears to ensure that we get at least, I want to say at least 2 to 4 saplings off of every tree that we plant. Now, I suppose what I could do is just every tree that I cut down, I use one black shear on. Just use it up completely. I think I get 6 saplings per black shear. It's either 4 or 6. I don't know for sure. But yeah, we have that here. The thing is just massive. But I have another one planted over here. It's going to take a while to grow. But also, as you can see, our cherries are blooming, which is a very nice thing. So we will have fruit coming this harvest time. Of course, cherries will be one of the earliest. We'll have the plums, peaches, lemons, all kinds of different things that we'll be harvesting. But another thing is, I have been working very hard to eliminate all spawnable spaces in this area. You can't see them, but there's carpenter's blocks with glowstone dotted all over this thing. And oddly enough, this treated wood slab, when it is on the top, and I think it works for the treated wood planks as well, they are non-spawnable. So if we grab some slabs and planks, which I actually had some in my inventory, go figure. I've been working on this for a while. But if we go out here somewhere where we have spawnable space, and we place a slab so that it would be spawnable, no spawnable space on it, and if we put a plank down, no spawnable space there. So if you want to have, say, a rail line, an elevated rail line, and you're not worried about lighting it up, there's the thing to build it out of. And I think we have, well, let's just see, what all do we have for treated wood? So yeah, we have the scaffolding too, which I think would be pretty neat. But we could use treated wood fences for support, scaffolding to make it look like it's got trusses under it. And then you've got slabs and planks that you can use for the deck on top. I think that's going to be pretty cool. But yeah, I'm thinking ahead for the plan that I have to make a rail line going all over the continent here. Which, yeah, we have a lot of the continent to explore still. This is all desert area over here. It's kind of tough to explore into that. But yeah, this episode has been a long time coming, so I want to get it finished up, so I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about what I've been working on, or you have something you want to see me work on, be sure to leave that down in the comments. Don't forget about Patreon, the link is in the description. And I will see you next time. Bye.